Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Haikal Agusty and I'm from 21 DC class. And now I want to review text. The title is State Standards for Educators. The genre from this text is report text because it is discussed in general. It's not descriptive text or any other text because they are different. Like what I said, report text discussed in general. For example, cat. When descriptive when descriptive text is describing the object with more specifically, for example, my cat. Report text also describe the details, for example, kinds of cat. Well, descriptive text is describing characteristic or physical evidence of object, like how the cat looks like. Okay, and next slide is social function. Social function is to describe the way things are, with reference to a range of natural, man-made, and social phenomena in our environment. The generic structure, general classification, tells what the phenomenon under discussion is. Description tells what the phenomenon under discussion is like in terms of parts and their function, qualities, habits, or behaviors, if living uses, if non-natural significant. And next, lexicogrammatical features. Focus on generic participants. I mark this red color, and use of relational processes. I mark this blue color to state what is and that which it is. Use of simple present tense unless extinct. No temporal sequence. Okay, next, language features. Use general nouns. I mark this orange. Use linking verb or relating verb. I mark this green. Use present tense. I mark this purple. Social function is to presenting information about the standards for educators. The general classification, the classification of standards for educators, and the description. The text above is described as follow: learner, leader, citizen, collaborator, designer, facilitator, and analyst. Number one is learner. Educators continually improve their practice by learning from and with others and exploring improvement and promising practices that leverage technology to improve student learning. Educators A. Set professional learning goals to explore and apply pedagogical approaches made possible by technology and reflect on their effectiveness. B. Pursue professional interests by creating and actively participating in local and global learning networks. C. Stay current with research that supports improved student learning outcomes, including findings from the learning sessions. Number two, leader. Educators seek out opportunities for leadership to support student empowerment and success and to improve teaching and learning. Educators A. Shape, advance and accelerate a set vision for empowered learning with technology by engaging with education stakeholders. B. Advocate for equitable access to educational technology, digital content, and learning opportunities to meet the diverse needs of all students. C. Model for college the identification, exploration, evaluation, curation, and adoption of new digital resources and tools for learning. Number three is citizen. Educators inspire students to positively contribute to and responsibly participate in the digital world. Educators A. Create experiences for learners to make positive, socially responsible contribution and exhibit empathetic behavior online that build relationship and community. B. Establish a learning culture that promotes curiosity and critical examination of online resources and foster digital literacy and media fluency. C. Mentor students in the safe, legal, and ethical practice with digital tools and the protection of intellectual rights and property. And D. Model and promote management of personal data and digital identity and protect student data privacy. Number four is collaborator. Educators dedicate time to collaborate with both college and students to improve practice, discover and share resources and ideas, and solve problems. Educators A. Dedicate planning time to collaborate with colleagues, with colleagues to create authentic learning experiences that leverage technology. B. Collaborate and co-learn with students to discover and use new digital resources and diagnose and troubleshoot technology issues. C. Use collaborative tools to expand student authentic real-world learning experiences by engaging virtually with experts, teams, and students locally and globally. D. Demonstrate cultural competency when communicating with students, parents, and college, and interact with them as collaborations in student learning. Number five is designer. Educators design authentic, learner-driven activities and environments that recognize and accommodate learner variability. Educators A. Use technology to create, per- adapt, and personalize learning experiences that foster independent learning and accommodate learner differences and needs. B. Design authentic learning activities that align with content area standards and use digital tools and resources to maximize active deep learning. And C. Explore and apply instructional design principles to create innovative digital learning environments that engage and support learning. And number six, educators facilitate learning with technology to support student achievement of the 2016 ISTE standards for students. Educators A. Foster a culture where students take ownership of their learning goals and outcomes in both independent and group settings. B. Manage the use of technology and student learning strategies in digital platforms, virtual environments, hands-on marker space, or in the field. C. Create learning opportunities that challenge students to use a design process and computational thinking to innovate and solve problems, communicate ideas, knowledge, or connection. Last is analysis. Educators understand and use data to drive their instruction and support students in achieving their learning goals. Educators A. Provide alternative ways for students to demonstrate competency and reflect on their learning using technology. B. Use technology to design and implement a variety of formative and summative assessment that accommodate learner needs. Provide timely feedback to students and inform instruction accommodate learner needs. Provide timely feedback to students and inform instruction. C. Use assessment data to guide progress and communicate with student parents and education stakeholders to build student self-direction. The challenge of the text is, in fact, educators are faced with the situation of an age that constantly moving and increasing complex. Not all educators and benefit. The leaders can find out what are the standards aspect for educators, and the criticism. Educators must be structurally support through various regulation that answer they can educate more independently. This policy incredibly cannot be implemented if teachers are only required various skills without being adequately supported. And this is my reference. Last, thank you.